Hi, I'm Upwards, and I've been an Apple user for a really long time. But today, I'm going to be switching to an Oppo. This is the Oppo Reno10 Pro, and I'm going to be switching from my iPhone 14 to using this daily. Let's unbox it. Oppo is one of the rare smartphone companies that still makes unboxing a phone a worthy experience. In the nicely packaged design, we have the documents on top, the phone underneath, and an 80-watt charging adapter at the bottom. It's still awesome to see that Oppo includes a fast charger, let alone a charger with their phones. While other companies charge you $40 for a 25-watt adapter, Oppo gives you 3 times the amount of power for free. Now it's time to make this phone my daily driver. Let's see how it goes. Throughout this video, I'll be updating you guys on my experience for switching from an iPhone to an Oppo, and whether I miss my iPhone or not. At the end of this video, I'll be deciding whether I keep my Oppo or whether I go back to my iPhone. Let's go! For the first day, I kinda just spent my time setting up my home screen, personalizing different features, and getting used to ColorOS. The first thing I miss about my iPhone is definitely iMessage, especially when most of my friends have iPhones. Well, hopefully, I can use RCS with somebody. Since I use a lot of Google apps, such as Gmail and Google Maps, nothing seems out of place. The Messages app is very different from what I'm used to, and to be honest, I'm not used to such a big phone, making typing kinda wonky for me. Completely unrelated to Oppo, but the fact that I have an iPhone means I have too many Lightning and MagSafe accessories, which kinda means a lot of the things I use aren't really compatible with my Oppo. Slightly annoying, but I guess that's what happens when you stick to one company. I can't use my MagSafe charger as this Oppo doesn't have wireless charging, and I can't use my MagSafe dash mount. I'm not a huge fan of the Messages app either. I guess I could get used to it, but the amount of pop-ups when you start it and the general interface isn't really my vibe. However, I am loving the 120Hz refresh rate, making scrolling so smooth. The large display and the aspect ratio is perfect for watching content, scrolling on social media, and playing games, which I'm enjoying a lot. Content fills up the whole screen, giving a much more immersive experience. One other feature the iPhone has is stereo speakers, which I noticed the Oppo didn't have as soon as I watched a video on it. However, my family reckons the speakers on the Oppo sound really good regardless. The fingerprint scanner is also pretty sweet. It's quick and very reliable. However, I do miss just being able to look at my phone to unlock it, or being able to tap the screen to turn it on. Using the cameras, the Oppo's cameras are a lot more fun to play with, especially with more options to choose from. But the ultra-wide lens sucks on the Oppo, which I use quite often on my iPhone. Video-wise, I still prefer the iPhone's quality, but the Oppo still produces decent results, especially with 256GB of storage at this price point. I can just film in 4K all day long. Okay, day 3, so far so good. The performance on the Oppo is actually pretty good. It's enough for me not to notice that the performance is about half my iPhone 14. The 12GB of RAM does help heaps, and I don't actually feel like anything is slow or laggy. Sometimes apps do take a second to load, but other than that, performance is good. The 120Hz refresh rate contributes a lot to the smoothness of this phone, making everything feel quick and fluid. On the other hand, and unrelated to Oppo, but more so to Android, the notification center is driving me nuts. I just can't get used to it. It feels messy and clunky. Compared to my iPhone, it just feels more organized to me than on Android. One thing that annoyed me today was when I'm connected to Bluetooth speakers. The volume is not controlled fully by my phone, but rather two. One on the speaker and one on my phone. Kinda annoying, I guess. Today was a little weird. The battery drained much more quickly than usual. Not sure why, even though my screen time was about the same. There were a few more stutters and lag than usual, so maybe something's running in the background. I'm also missing my iOS features like AirDrop. After making a video on my MacBook, I wanted to send it to my phone to post it on Instagram, but I don't have AirDrop. I also wanted to send some photos from my Oppo to my MacBook, but I don't have AirDrop. It's a sad day when I have to use Google Drive to share photos. After restarting my phone, battery life has definitely improved heaps, ending the day at 65%. The design on the Reno10 Pro definitely does stand out, and over time, I'm starting to really like it. It's sleek and minimal. Face down, the camera bump and silver grey finish definitely stand out. I also like how easy it is to hold. The curved edges on the front and back of the phone makes it super comfortable and ergonomic in my hand. The battery was pretty good today, finishing at 60% with 2 hours and 53 minutes of screen on time. After using this phone daily for 7 straight days, I did notice a few more glitches and stutters here and there. At one point, Instagram wasn't quite responding after I posted a story, but overall pretty smooth sailing. Watching YouTube on the Reno10 Pro was pretty fun for me. The display on this thing is super awesome. So, after 7 days with the Oppo Reno10 Pro, it's time to make the decision. Will I keep going with my Oppo Reno10 Pro? Or go back to iPhone? I am going back to my iPhone, and here's why. As a MacBook user, I rely on several features daily such as universal clipboard, handoff and airdrop that makes my workflow more effective. I also prefer iOS much more than Android, as I have made clear in this video. But my experience with the Oppo has actually been really good. Had I not been using MacBook for my daily tasks, I could have made the switch to the Oppo. Just the fact that this phone is 2 touch cheaper than my iPhone 14 and that I didn't feel like I missed anything outside of iOS is really impressive. The performance and battery was good enough for what I needed, and the cameras were fun and capable. What I do wish my iPhone had and why I could switch to Oppo was the display. I love the Oppo's 120Hz refresh rate, and it was so vibrant and colorful, which made watching content and scrolling on social media so much more better. In conclusion, my time with the Oppo phone was pretty awesome, and I'll still recommend it to anyone who's looking for a mid-range phone. With amazing cameras, an awesome display, decent performance and battery life, at this price point, the Oppo Reno10 Pro provides great value. That's it for this video. I'm Upwards, and I'll see you in the next one.